and welcome to Across the Omniverse. What are you laughing at?
Meow.
Oh, you heard him crying?
Yep.
Welcome
It
to
was like the moment you're like, ready? Yeah. Meow, meow.
Oh, no.
He was waiting for it.
Yeah, he is. He's outside the door. Door's closed. He's probably upset about that. I may have to let him in at some point. Welcome to Across the Omniverse. I don't even have an opening for this still. Why did I not do an opening for this yet?
I don't know.
I've
It's been
done
2 weeks.
I've done so many other things for this and put so much other thought into this, but the opening is just something I have not finished working on. It's a TV show podcast, or it's a podcast of some sort, brought to you by Cinema Sangha. My name is Devin Faraci. I'm one of the hosts of the program. Joining me, as he traditionally does,
My name is Dirk Faraci, and all my friends with vampires. How are you, Devin?
I'm okay. The cat's scratching at the door. I'm going to give this a shot. Give me a second.
Fever. Meow. Getting the cat. He's getting the door. He's opening it.
Come on in, asshole.
The cat's coming in. He's coming back. Exciting. Exciting. Oh, meow.
Here. He's such a pain in the ass. He was sleeping until the minute I started doing all this stuff, and then he started coming in here and yelling at me. Because he knew I was doing something. When I start writing, I'll write. I'll get 15 minutes in, and all of a sudden, wow, wow, from the other room, because he knows I'm doing something, and he wants me to be paying attention to him instead.
There you go.
Drives me nuts. How's life, pal?
It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you watched the second episode of Welcome to Derry?
I did.
What'd you think of it?
I love it.
It's great, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. No spoilers for the folks at home, but there's a grocery store scene that was amazing.
Both the, for lack of a better term, nightmare scenes in that episode were fantastic.
Unbelievable, right? Just unbelievably good.
Yeah.
And this episode took the story in a very semi-unexpected place with the military involvement. And I'm kind of very curious about where it goes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
But Stephen King, this is not outside the realm of Stephen King stories. Stephen King was introducing sort of secret government organizations as far back as Firestarter.
Sure.
Called The Shop, which he has woven through a number of his different books and stories. I would love if they had the rights to The Shop and they could use The Shop in this. That would make me very, very happy. Yeah. But, in the meantime,
The Shining, and it does.
Well, the novel connected to The Shining already.
Yeah.
Dick Halloran was always in it. So that's
but
how
now, there's he's doing military stuff. So it kind of.
Well, he was in the military. He was part of the Black Spot story.
Yeah, but what I mean is that the thing that they're working on, in
secret military stuff. Yeah, that we're not spoiling. Although you could probably guess it pretty quickly. Anyway, I thought this was a great episode. I was really blown away by how good this one is. And
you know what's funny about it is, Muschietti, who directed this one in the first episode, he does the thing that he does in It Too that people really didn't like, where it cuts a weird, goofy moment. And he does it in this, but it works so well. And it's when the two kids are having lunch in the hallway, and there's the nerdy kid, and then there's the band kid, and a bunch of girls walk by, and the nerdy or the band kid, it goes into his POV. And I can't remember what song starts playing, but a song starts playing, and everything's in slow motion.
You'll never walk alone.
You'll never walk alone. And it's focused on the one girl, and then the other girl comes in from behind her and is just giving him the finger. And I was like, that is genius and great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Beautiful.
It's really, really good. Yeah. I think that also the nature of the long form TV thing, I think, works really nicely with Stephen King, because I think that Stephen King's deal is about the world around the horror and filling that in a little bit. And I think that makes a big difference.
I would agree.
So, if you're not watching Welcome to Derry, I can currently, as of 2 episodes in, recommend it quite highly, actually.
Yes, I'm very much enjoying it. Is there an episode? I don't even know if there's an episode tonight.
There's not. This was they played this one early for Halloween. Yeah. Did you do anything for Halloween?
No.
I went to Rick Baker's house for Halloween.
Very fun.
Rick Baker does a Halloween thing every year out front of his house, and there's a line down the block. So first of all, my friend and I went, Burbank is a very heavy Halloween decorating area. It's really intense, the decorating in Burbank. So we went to Burbank to go look at some of the home decorations, and especially there's a list of ones that won awards. So we're driving around looking at these. And when we decide we're going to look at the ones that won awards, and then we're going to drive down to Rick Baker's place to go. That's how we're going to end the night. So we're running into like a lot of traffic and like a lot of people everywhere. Like it's pretty crazy, pretty hectic. When we get down to where Rick Baker's house is, it is like in a fucking disaster movie. There were just people streaming down the middle of the street, like just like coming on either side of the car. Like it was crazy. People would come off the sidewalk and not even look into the street and just step directly in front of my car.
Sure.
It took us a half hour to make it a block and a half.
Great. Sounds like fun.
Because, well, it was very stressful. And people just wouldn't stop, and they like had baby carriages in the middle of the street and stuff like that. It was nuts. It really was like end of the world stuff. And I'm going to say something really dark. Are you ready for something really dark?
Sure.
You know when you're standing like on the edge of a subway platform or on a tall building, and you have that urge to kind of jump, not because you want to kill yourself, but because there's that sense of like, what's that going to feel like? What's that? You know, that? Or when I was a kid, I used to have that urge with screens, window screens. I want to put my hand through them. I just wanted to know what it felt like. I was just really like, I really wanted to know what it was going to feel like to put the fucking gas pedal down and just go. Like, I was like, what does that feel like? And, you know, Intrusive Thoughts did not win that evening. But anyway, we went to Rick Baker's place, and they did an amazing Last of Us thing. Him and his whole family, all this incredible makeup. If you go to Rick Baker's Instagram, you can see what they did, including a guy in a fucking Pedro Pascal makeup that looked exactly like Pedro Pascal. It was bizarre.
Are you sure it wasn't Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, I'm sure, because you could tell that the guy's eyes were not the part of the, you know what I mean? Like there was like a weirdness here.
Oh, okay. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Like that far into it. I thought you meant like they just got a guy that looked like Pedro Pascal.
No. It's like a full makeup build. Yeah.
Wow.
It might be technically a mask. So we're standing there, and there's a very long line to get. And like what happens is they let people in like 10 at a time, and they do like a little bit of a show, and you can get your candy. You got to reach in to grab your candy, and there's like scary zombie guys. And but you can still see from the sidewalk. So we're standing on the sidewalk. We're not going to wait in line. We're just watching the show. And this dude comes up to the bouncer and obviously knows the bouncer. And this is an LA Halloween story. He comes, says, "Hey, Jimmy," whatever the guy's name is. "How you doing?" "Oh, good to see you." And then he's like, "Hey, we just wanted to check out Rick's thing. We just came from Andy Garcia's house." And the bouncer's like, "Come on in." I was like, like in LA, somebody's like, "I just came from Andy Garcia's house." Like, it's like, what? It's so funny to me. I don't know why. Andy Garcia is such a funny name to drop from me. I don't really know why.
It is. It feels like a sitcom name to drop, because it's like Andy. Everyone's gonna be like everyone knows who Andy Garcia is, but it doesn't feel that exciting to hear.
Yeah, no, I know, that's the thing. It's like,
so
not
like,
that.
oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Sure,
Andy
cool.
Garcia.
Andy Garcia. Yeah, okay, great.
It's like that's the name on Entourage that Johnny Drama would drop. Would be like, I was at Andy Garcia's house, right? Like, it's that feel to it. And nothing against Andy Garcia.
No, we love Andy Garcia around here. So that was my big LA Halloween, was Andy Garcia name drop at the Rick Baker house.
There you go.
So yeah, I will never. I mean, I've gone there before because Brittany used to live down the block from there. But if I go back next year, I'm coming real fucking early, because it was like really stressful to be driving.
If I come next year, I'm gonna put something over my license plate so nobody can see it. I can just run everybody down.
I mean, it really was just people streaming down either side.
Imagine being his neighbor. That's got to be so annoying.
Well, I think one of the things is that it probably is super annoying, but I think everybody knows that it's going to happen. It's been happening for years, and I think it's part of the deal. The people across the street were blasting Halloween music. Half the houses are very done up. Like, it's very competitive in this area in terms of like what. But what's funny about Burbank is you'll go down a street and there'll be like 10 different houses with incredible decorations, and then the other blocks around them are just black, just totally blacked out, where nobody has any of their lights on, and it's like they have like a detente on certain blocks. It's like, if you don't put something up, we won't put something up. Do not get us into this Halloween arms race. So
Don't start.
Don't put that pumpkin away. Put that fucking pumpkin away. So that was.
I see one orange light, I swear to fucking God.
It was fun. It was really cool to see, and it was really, really neat. So yeah.
Very nice.
You just stayed home for Halloween?
Yes. Yeah. I just chilled out.
Yeah.
I watched Student Bodies.
Why did you do that?
Because you were like, "Oh, you should watch it." So I watched
I was
it.
telling you it was terrible, though.
It is absolutely terrible. It had maybe two bits that made me laugh.
Yeah.
And that's it. And one of them is definitely when, in the beginning, the guy shows up at where the girl is babysitting, and he starts kissing her, and he's like, "What's that chicken taste?" And she goes, "Chicken." And I like that. That made me laugh. And I can't remember what the second bit was, but there's another bit. Oh, it was the phone starts ringing, and this woman goes, "I'll get it. I'm the furthest from the phone." And just walks over. That made me laugh really hard. That made me laugh really, really hard.
I mean, there's like a couple of good chuckles like in the first half, but eventually it just really runs out of steam.
That's it. That's the two jokes.
Oh, I don't know. I liked when the killer's going upstairs and he keeps stepping in gum.
Here's the problem with it. This is what I would call a Popeye movie, in that a lot of the movie is overdubbed, like they're doing ADR on stuff, but none of the ADR is funny. So it's just people going like, "Oh, I stepped in gum. Oh, there's gum everywhere. Oh, there's so much gum. Look at all the gum." Oh. It's like you need to say funny stuff, otherwise it does not work, right? Like, it's just no good.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So
okay, fair enough.
That does not work.
All right. I don't know why you watched it. I said it was very bad. I mean, I was curious your take on it, but it is like somebody trying to do Airplane and Friday the 13th.
Yes. Yeah. But it seems like they didn't get Airplane, because like this movie's after Airplane. It comes out after Airplane.
Like
but they don't even but they don't even try and capture like that kind of wacky feel to it. Like,
yeah, but remember, this is the guy that co-wrote Bananas and Take the Money and Run, and so you can see Airplane as like a evolution of that sort of kind of comedy.
Sure.
And he's probably trying to catch up with that, and it maybe just he doesn't have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe he never had it. I mean, maybe Woody Allen was the one who made Bananas and Take the Money and Run funny.
Maybe. Could be.
Because this movie was not funny at all. I found it very, very bad.
Yeah, no, I told you it was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I actually also like the bit, though, in the middle where they're like, to get an R rating, you need to have nudity or sex or something or language. So here we go. Fuck you. And then it shows the R rating thing come up. And that was cute. That was funny.
That was funny. But again, it's something like, oh, this is the sequence you show all of that then. Like, okay, we need to do these things to get an R rating.
And then you have each of them show up.
You have each of them do it, and then, but instead it's just the guy goes, "Fuck you," and then rated R, which is a funny idea, but it didn't go.
It didn't work. It didn't go all the way. Yeah, it didn't go all the way. I actually don't also like the chicken bit, which takes bite out of chicken and then gets killed, and then the parents come home and the dad picks up a piece of chicken and he puts a rubber band around it because he takes the bitten piece and the whole piece and puts them together, puts a rubber. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was.
It's like funny bits. It's not like super funny.
And then I do appreciate that whenever somebody picks up a phone, there's just heavy breathing.
Yes,
like no matter what they're doing.
Yes,
that made me laugh a little bit too.
It's also a funny bit when a guy pees in a garbage can. I like that, but I'm simple-minded. I'm simple-minded. Yeah. All right. What else? That was your whole weekend watching Student Bodies?
I watched that. I watched something else that was okay, and I can't remember what it was. I watched another movie. I don't remember.
I watched the new film from what's her name? Oh my God! I was just talking about it too. House of Dynamite.
Oh, okay.
On Netflix. What's her name? Zero Dark 30. No. Zero Dark 30. Somebody's at home and yelling. Catherine Bigelow. I watched that this weekend. And the first half hour of that is the most unbelievably excellent shit I have ever seen. And then it goes on for another hour. And it just cannot maintain and, in fact, deflates over the course of the rest of the movie. But that first half hour is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. And it got me really excited. Like, oh my God, this is going to be an all-timer movie. And then what happens is that the premise is there is an unidentified nuclear missile headed towards the U.S. Nobody knows where it came from. There's just one of them. And it's on its way, and they have to figure out what to do. And if they can't knock it out of the sky, what the response needs to be. And so it's like within the people, within like the the government that are making these decisions, and you follow it for the first half hour, and then it like gets really close, and then it stops, and then the next part it goes back to the beginning and shows different people dealing with it,
okay.
and then it stops, and then it goes back to the beginning and shows different people dealing with it, and by the third time you're like, oh, this is the same thing. I'm like there were like people, they were like on like a conference call, so you can hear something happen in the conference call in part 1, and then in part 3 you see the thing happen,
Sure.
which is like interesting, but like it's not. It loses all of the fucking tension.
Sure.
Like so badly by the third part. You're just like, oh, that's it. And so, but if you just watch the first half hour, I highly recommend it. It's an unbelievably good first half hour.
Oh, there you go.
Unbelievably good first half hour. Yeah. Idris Elba plays the president, which is nice because he went from running a criminal gang in Baltimore to sit in the White House. What an arc. What an American redemption arc. Stringer Bell sitting in the White House. It's very beautiful.
Both times criminals. Presidents are criminals.
All right. We got any news this week?
No.
Yeah, I noticed there was no news on the thing. Is that real?
Yeah, I could not find anything.
There's really no news at all this week. That seems bizarre to me.
No.
I mean, so it does seem to me like we are probably gonna never see Red Guardian again after these Avengers movies.
You don't think so?
No, have you been following this David Harbour stuff?
A little bit. He cheated on his wife.
So he cheated on his wife, who is singer Lily Allen. She released an entire album about what a piece of shit he is. And it is but that's like pretty bad. And then the media decided they were going to take him out. And so the next day, the papers began reporting about a woman who jumped to her death out of his apartment 15 years ago.
Okay.
He wasn't home. He wasn't even in the country. So that's how you know the blood was in the water. But today the big one broke, which is that Millie Bobby Brown filed harassment claims against him before the beginning of Stranger Things season 5.
Oh. Okay.
Nothing sexual, just bullying. But even like that, like you're bullying a little girl. Like, I mean, I know she's like kind of an adult now, but like, ooh. And so it does seem to me as though perhaps Red Guardian might not make it out past Avengers Doomsday.
Maybe. We'll see.
So, you know, it's kind of, I mean, he's a character that could disappear, that I would be fine, you know?
I've said it before, I think after Secret Wars, 99% of these characters we'll never see again.
You don't think so?
And they're just going to move into the X-Men and be done with these guys. Because none of them have worked. None of them have taken off.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with them?
Yeah. In bad news, Finn Jones took to Instagram and posted a picture of a dojo.
Yeah, he does that every couple of months.
He's just trying to get the attention.
Yeah, he'll post a photo of like him working out, and people are like, "This is it. He's coming back." You know. I mean, a lot. It's not just him. A lot of actors do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There was that guy a couple of months ago who put out a picture of him dressed as Green Arrow, and people were freaking out. And he's like, "Oh, I don't have the role or anything.
It's like the costume
do it."
Yeah, it's like the costume dude.
It's like you know, it's the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah. Daniel RPK says that Marvel Zombie Season 2 is on the move.
Sure.
Daniel RPK is pretty reliable.
No, I don't doubt it, but I'm not going to report rumors. I want hard facts.
Well, then you're on
That's
the wrong. You're in the wrong business, frankly.
I'm not in this business.
I mean, you are. You're part of hosting a whatchamacallit, a goddamn podcast here. And then the other one is that Michael Waldron, while doing an AMA about Chad Powers, said that he wanted to do the Mojo-verse in Loki. And then Marvel said no.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting because the Mojo-verse is really easy to introduce on its own. For those that don't know, the Mojo-verse is an alternate universe, but it isn't an alternate universe in the way that they keep doing it nowadays. It's an old-fashioned alternate universe, like where just everything is different. It's just another dimension. Yeah. And Mojo is this guy who runs this TV network that does all of these action, fighting, reality things. And then in the comics, he comes to our world to like get people to be involved. And Longshot comes from that universe where he's technically a mutant in that universe. And so it's not super tied into the X-Men in a meaningful way. Like, it's its own universe. You could just go to Mojoverse anytime you wanted to.
Yeah.
So that would have been interesting, but I also understand why Marvel said no, because they do want to put those things on the table. They wanted to use those toys before, somebody else is going to have the opportunity to find stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it also maybe it just didn't fit with what they needed from Loki.
Yeah. I mean, he was the creator and writer of Loki, so he must have had an idea.
He was the creator and writer of Loki, but they want it all to fit into what they want for their universe.
Right.
So maybe he was like, I'll do this. And they're like, no. We need you to get rid of Kang for us.
This show has now become the Kang Eraser. Yeah. That's the whole premise of the 2 seasons, to get rid of this fucking guy.
To introduce him and then get him out of here.
Boy, Jonathan Majors went for Halloween as Blade.
There you go. Good for you, Jonathan Majors.
That's like taunting, right?
I guess.
He's like, you got rid of me, but you can't even get this Blade movie made. Look at me. It legitimately feels like taunting to me. Yeah. And his girlfriend went as Storm.
There you go.
It was a good costume.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a good costume. So, did you get any trick-or-treaters?
I didn't. So I just ate all the Twix myself.
Nice.
Do you remember when Keke Palmer dressed as Rogue?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good outfit.
It was a good outfit. Really good outfit.
She'd be a really good Rogue. I'm just putting it back out there because nobody's talked about it in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with us and our good friends over in the X-Men universe. That's going to be very, very interesting to me.
Yes.
And there's nothing over happening at DC either, huh?
Very quiet.
Huh. Boy,
very
that's
quiet.
Unusual. Usually we have some bullshit. Well, here we go. Clayface wrap filming.
Okay.
And Luke Hall, who won an Emmy for Andor, is going to be production designer on Batman Part 2.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then there's a not particularly reliable particular scooper, Nexus Point News. They're like 40% reliable. They have indications that they think that the villain might be Mongol in Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Because they get what they've been told is that the bad guy in the movie is going to be a makeup and prosthetic heavy character, and they're looking for somebody tall and strong.
Sure.
So that does sort of sound like Mongol. I don't
Sounds
know.
like a lot of Superman villains. So, it's Brainiac, it's Doomsday.
Well, Brainiac's not big and strong, though. He's not tall and strong.
It depends on which version of Brainiac they do.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
I mean, look, it was up to me. It would be Brainiac
go.
in the pink polo and hot pants. That's what I'd like to see. But I
think Gunn's closer to that.
I maybe. Who knows? Who can say? Who can say?
Who can say? James Gunn can say. He loves to say things.
He does, but he's been quiet.
He does. He has been very quiet. Yeah. The other big piece of news this week on the DC level was that supposedly, I did not follow this one down the rabbit hole. Supposedly, David Ellison, probably like in an offhanded thing, said they had no plans to get rid of James Gunn if Paramount did buy Warner Brothers. Sure. Because the whole big story was that Warner Brothers was going to sell, and everyone's like, oh, they're going to get rid of James Gunn. That's what we heard. We heard that Skydance wants to get rid of James Gunn right away. And David Ellison, I think, was like, we have no plans for that. But that doesn't mean anything. That just means they don't have plans for that. They may sit down and look at the books and go, oh, yeah, we're going to get rid of this guy. Yeah. But, they're not buying Warner Brothers to get rid of James Gunn the way that so many people on the internet believe or hope is happening.
No. And there's also, on that note of do James Gunn and Peter Safran want to work for Ellison? Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they pull a Taylor Sheridan and cut out. Who knows?
I mean, maybe. Taylor Sheridan, my understanding was that he was pretty unhappy for a minute over there. So that might be part of... I mean, he had that deal had to be in the works longer than the Sky. And the Skydance merger has been happening for a million years. But, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I
don't think that deal takes very long because they were like, we'll give you $1 billion. And he said, sure. I don't think it's a hard deal to work out at that point.
He's like, oh, Peacock, the only network that fewer people watch than Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, that seems to not be the case. So it does not seem like James Gunn is in line to get fired immediately. That at least that's how it seems. So
sure. Who knows? Who knows?
Who can tell?
Who can say?
Who can say? That's all we got, huh?
That's it.
All right.
It's kind of upsetting because James Gunn did do a bunch of interviews in the last week with all these different streamers, not us.
Yeah. We're not streaming.
But like these YouTube people, like.
Do you think that maybe they have like audiences?
Followers and audiences? Yeah. I mean, it's definitely part of it for sure. But none of them asked so many questions that got anything new out of them. So
maybe he fucking figured out to shut his mouth after Peacemaker season 2.
Maybe
that was like one of the greatest own goals in recent marketing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like he just should not have. He should have kept his fucking mouth shut. Like it just he created so much hype that was just not warranted. And
yeah, that was not smart.
No, not a good
It's
choice.
crazy. You won't believe what's going to happen. And it's like it's kind of exactly what we all figured would happen.
Yeah, pretty much. The cameo is more or less exactly who we assumed it would be. Actually, it was fewer people than we assumed it was going to be. To tell you the truth. All right, we got any letters this week?
We do. Brian says the general consensus for post-Secret Wars MCU status quo is a soft reboot. Devin has mentioned it a few times on various episodes, but what does that look like to the two of you? Is it cutting back on characters that we haven't been popular and then bringing up dump trunks of money to de-age the Chris's well into their 50s? Personally, I think MCU becomes an X-Men centered universe with versions of the Avengers existing, but not seen for a couple of movies and then showing up as supporting characters played by new actors. 10 years from now, your Endgame movie would be X-Men versus Avengers. Admittedly, I don't know how Spider-Man would fit into this.
Oh, they're already doing X-Men versus Avengers in Doomsday. We know that the X-Men and the Avengers fight in Doomsday. We know that.
Sure.
But I guess they could do a larger X-Men versus Avengers. I would think that a soft reboot is going to be almost indistinguishable, more or less. I think that it'll just be like, hey, didn't that happen that way? And then everybody just pretends that it didn't happen that way, which is how they do it in Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
I think that's just how it's going to be. They're just going to sort of like, hey, this guy was dead. Well, no, it actually turns out he's not.
Hey, shut up about it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I don't even think it needs to go that far because, again, I don't think they're really going to bother with the pre-X-Men characters once they get into X-Men. They'll do a little bit with them. We'll see more Spider-Man, obviously. Maybe more Fantastic Four. We'll see. That's the movie was not the hit they were hoping for, but it did all right. And we'll go from there. But, I think right now, honestly, everything to me with Marvel feels like they're just like, we just have to get to X-Men and then we'll be okay.
Well, I mean, the thing is that are we even certain they'll be okay with X-Men? Like, is X-Men a guarantee, right? It's not a guarantee, right?
No.
So that's the thing. I mean, like,
it's more of a guarantee than Young Avengers, because none of the Young Avengers characters popped. So, you can be pretty sure Wolverine's going to pop.
They're not going to do Wolverine, though.
So they say. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I'm certain of it.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, I guess they have time to change their mind, but as of right now, they're not doing Wolverine. They're keeping Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. They're going to do other Wolverine things, but he's not going to be in the X-Men.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I think they're right that Hugh Jackman is too valuable to let go of.
I don't disagree. I'm not saying they will let go of him.
Right.
I'm saying he'll be in the X-Men movies, and they'll be like, it's Wolverine who trains the X-Men. There you go.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that's why I think we'll see what the future holds. It's gonna be really dependent on what happens, audience wise, out of the next two Avengers movies, right? Like what that looks like what the response to those two movies are. I think is going to really.
It's not going to be that big. That's my theory on it. I think they'll do okay, but I've seen people being like, these are going to be bigger than Endgame. It's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. That's not happening.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That day has passed, and they did nothing to build up interest in these new ones.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see.
All right, what's next?
Jason asks, hey guys, just read Devin's piece on Welcome to Derry and wanted more King thoughts. I agreed with his feelings on the show and his take on newer books, though I would have 11, 22, 63 in King's top 5. Anyway, just looking for your favorite books, adaptations, or general King thoughts. Thanks.
You first, buddy.
I'm not a very big Stephen King fan. There's not much for me to say. I've read It. I've read like half The Stand and then got bored. I read In the Eyes of the Dragon. I've read a couple of the short story books, and that's it.
What about movies?
I don't like most of the movies. Most of the movies are bad. I think everyone agrees with that. The Shining's good, right? But like, Carrie's good. But most of them are not that good.
Well, you know what's funny is that I
like the original Stand miniseries from the 90s.
It's not good though.
No, it's not good, but I like it.
But I mean, that's the thing. Is it? Yeah, you like it, but it's not good. But I think Stephen King is having a big year this year, because there's a zillion Stephen King movies that are out or have been out. There's 3 movies, I think, at least this year, right?
I mean, there's
Running Man, Long Walk, The Monkey. Was there another one?
I don't know. And The Monkey did okay, right? It did pretty well.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. And then there's Welcome to Derry. Well. The Long Walk, I don't know how it did, because Long Walk was really barely released.
It did not do well.
No?
No.
I like
Running
Long
Man,
Walk.
we'll see.
We'll see. Running Man comes out in a week.
Yeah. And then, Welcome to Derry is apparently doing very well. So.
But this is a big year for our good friend Stephen King, then. This is a big, big year.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you know what? Life of Chuck was this year.
Oh, that did not do well at all. That really did not do well. I haven't seen it. I can't speak on it. But
yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I know that, like, as it was coming out, people were like, "This could be an Oscar contender," and there's like, "Oh, it's not." Oh,
yeah.
So,
yeah, I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it yet. But
I haven't seen The Monkey. I heard The Monkey was good. I haven't seen it. Haven't seen Long Walk, so I can't speak on those.
I'm excited to see Running Man. I think that's always a good story to do. I'm hopeful that Edgar Wright does something really interesting with it. So yeah. But as far as Stephen King, boy, I guess, just general thoughts. I don't know how. That's very vague, kind of. But I will say that I've been in the mood to potentially watch Maximum Overdrive again. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about Maximum Overdrive. When's the last time you watched Maximum Overdrive?
It's been a while. I would suggest you might need to talk to your therapist about that first.
That's a great movie.
It's a terrible movie. Horrible.
It has one of my favorite gore.
It's hilariously bad. It's like
that's the thing. It's unreal. Like it's unreal, and it stars Bart Simpson. Like it's incredible. Like everything about it is incredible. That's the thing. It's fucking Emilio Estevez and Bart Simpson in a movie together about fucking the Green Goblin trying to run a truck through them.
Yeah.
But it has one of my favorite gore gags of all time, which is that the soda machine becomes sentient and starts throwing soda cans at people. And one of them hits a guy in the head. He gets this giant blood blister that pops and spurts. And it isn't even that violent, but it's like a Looney Tunes suddenly became real. Like it's like you hit somebody on the head in a cartoon and they get a big bump, and that happens, and then blood comes spurting out. I was always fucking absolutely adored that. I always adored that.
I like when the ATM says "fuck you" to the guy.
That's so good. We've all been there, brother. We've all had the ATM tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah. I would love, with Welcome to Derry, I really would love them to bring in The Shop, and I would love for Flanagan to actually get some kind of Stephen King universe off its feet, sort of, because I think there is enough stuff to do that you could do something really fun with that. Not necessarily super duper tight, but like the problem is that all the rights are all over the place. Nobody has any solidified centralized rights. So
yeah. Also, a lot of it's not good, so you run into that problem. I don't. Stephen King just doesn't do it for me. He's just not my bag.
But then that's different than not good, though.
Yes.
Because most people would say that they're good. It's just not for you. And you also only read a couple, and you've read like kind of like the epic ones and not like the shorter ones.
I mean, shouldn't those be I mean, those are the ones like everyone's like, this is the greats. These are the greats. The Stand.
Yeah, I think sort of. I think that like I would actually have somebody read like Dead Zone. I think is like a fucking incredible novel. Like that's what I would probably have somebody read, or some of the early stuff, like even
I read
Carrie.
Cujo in 8th grade.
That's one that he doesn't remember writing it. He was so high on cocaine and so drunk he does not recall writing it at all.
I don't recall anything about it really.
There's a really extensive.
It looked like a serial killer thing in the beginning.
No, there's a really extensive thing about Serial though.
Okay.
Which is that the dad of the family is in marketing for a cereal company, and the cereal company is using a red dye that makes kids shit red.
There you go.
And there's like a connection to the serial killer from the Dead Zone, I want to say. But like, it's not super like...
For some reason, I remember the book opening with like a whole thing about a serial killer getting caught in the town and stuff.
No, I'm pretty sure that's the Dead Zone guy that Johnny catches in the Dead Zone, I think, because they do reference it. I haven't read it in a long time, but the idea that this book spends about 30 pages talking about these kids shitting red and what a big problem it is for the company. It's pretty. That's a real indication your guy's on coke when he's just doing page upon page about kids shitting red.
That means there's at least 2 Stephen King books that Stephen King has no memory writing, then, right? Because he doesn't remember writing Dreamcatcher.
Is that true?
I remember hearing that because he wrote it after he got hit by the truck, and he wrote it in the hospital on morphine and has no memory of writing it.
Well,
that's what I read once before.
Cujo is the one that he has been very vocal about. Like and when you read it, it is clearly a book written by a guy on coke. It is just like fucking rock. It doesn't rocket along in terms of incident. It just, his mind is going a mile a fucking minute.
Do you think, like, what were his editors doing when he would hand in stuff? Do you think they'd be like, I guess we're going to spend 20 pages talking about kids shitting red. All right.
I don't know.
What are you going to do?
I wonder if by the time it was Cujo, they were just like, whatever, this guy sells more books than anybody who's ever lived. Because like when I read the Tommyknockers, that was one of the early King books that I read. It was not an early King book. It's like a early middle period King book. Okay. I remember reading that as a kid, and I was reading it, and I was like, how did nobody edit this? Like, this is what? How? And because it wasn't that interesting, and it was just like a lot of bullshit. But I guess they just kind of let him go. They just kind of let him just do it. Just do his shit.
Yeah, and he sells, so hey, whatever.
Yeah, it's fucking moves units, baby. Moves units.
Yeah. Good for him. So, I like Stephen King as a person. He seems like a fun guy.
Seems pretty cool.
Yeah. I like when he talks because he doesn't sound the way you would think he would sound, which makes me laugh.
I like his American Express
Stephen
commercial.
King.
I like his American Express commercial.
I remember that commercial, yeah.
Well, actually, the best thing he ever did is the trailer for Maximum Overdrive, where he goes, I'm going to scare the hell out of you. It's so fucking funny, man.
It's him and Todd McFarlane demanding to introduce their own works, and it's like, neither of you have the voice to do these things.
It's amazing.
Please don't.
All right, what's our last letter?
Sam from Salt Lake City says, hey, Farachi Bros, love the show and love you all's banter on everything, but would love to hear a longer spoiler-filled discussion on a wider variety of movies. Would you ever consider a Patreon tier where you would do 2 reviews a month, something prestige and something more schlocky? I would gladly pay double my current rate for reviews of Sinners or One Battle After Another.
We have talked a lot about how to make, to take some of the boundaries off of what we do. Sort of not be as hemmed in by what we're talking about. So anything is possible. I don't think we're going to add a new show, but within like the whole premise of, well, unless we make enough money that Derek can quit his day job.
Then maybe.
Yeah. But the whole premise of rebranding this podcast was to give us more space to do different stuff, to not have to be so trapped inside just the superhero stuff. So, and the nice thing about Watchmen as a title is that it isn't specific. It is obviously inspired by the motion picture Watchmen, but it isn't so deeply tied into the idea of superheroes.
As long as there's a man in the movie we can watch it.
No, as long as there's two men watching, as long as there's men watching the movie, that's what really matters. So, I mean, I would like to start doing more of that. I think as the superhero thing, I don't know if it's going to cool down or whatever, but like, I think there's more space for us to potentially do more stuff. I think. Because I agree with Sam from Salt Lake. I would like us to talk about more stuff, but as of right now, there's not really, I think, the willpower to add a fourth podcast. I think that would be too much.
Yeah.
So,
and that's part of the birthday choices as well, is we can sneak in non-comic book stuff that way.
Man, I have been really, this month on Watchmen, which is our $5 a month tier, you get an episode a month of Watchmen. Usually it's a superhero deep dive. We're kind of beginning to try to move past that a little bit. But it's going to be still a deep dive. It's going to be like a long show. I have been agonizing over what to pick for my birthday episode. I've been agonizing over it. And I went on my Letterboxd and I sorted it by rating. And I was stunned by some of the ratings I had given movies that I had seen, where I was like, wait, what? I was like, well, hold on. Who did this? It wasn't me. So yeah, it's kind of fascinating. But I've been really what vibe are you hoping for November?
Something that I just don't hate watching. That's all. You know.
Have you seen Two-Lane Blacktop?
Maybe. If I did, it was a long time ago in like high school.
It's like a laid-back, hippie driver movie.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind it's got to be something we can talk about.
I can talk about Two-Lane Blacktop forever.
Well, you can, but don't make me sit there while you talk about it. Because you can just record that on your own then.
What? You wouldn't have something to say about Two-Lane Blacktop?
I don't know. I don't remember anything about it. Like, I'm not even sure. I think I've seen it.
Great Warren Oates performance. Great Warren Oates.
I don't remember.
I have a toy from Two-Lane Blacktop. I bought it because I was like, who made a fucking Two-Lane Blacktop toy? It stars fucking... it's incredible. It's an incredible movie, but yes, I do... Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
I do believe it's very plausible that you have never seen it. It seems, because it was hard to see for a while. It's Criterion now, so it's easier to see. I got my 2 Criterion discs in the mail this week. I got my Altered States and my Raging Bull, so very excited to add those to the pile of unopened Criterion discs that I have in my living room that I'll keep looking at and going, oh, maybe tonight. And then I'll go, nah, what if I just watch another 3 hours of some sitcom that I'm barely paying attention to?
Yeah.
Does anything that you're looking up right now ring a bell for you on Two-Lane Blacktop?
Not really.
Okay. It's like a real counterculture movie. It's fucking awesome. It's got the best ending ever. The ending of Two-Lane Blacktop fucking movies. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we'd like to open it up a little bit more and have more space to talk about more stuff. So keep an eye on us as we continue to grow and evolve and change over here at Cinema Sangha. All right. You ready to talk about...
There's actually one more thing I wanted to talk about.
What's that?
Because it fits into... This is still comic books in many ways. Did you read the Absolute Batman Annual?
No.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Why? It's still there. I can still read it.
You should have already read it. That's why.
I'm not caught up on Absolute Batman, so I did not.
It's not connected to the current storylines. It's fine. It's all past stories. And the first story is him beating the shit out of Nazis. That's the entire first story.
Oh, that's fine. I get it.
It's amazing. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's great. It really is.
I get it. No, I've been reading Absolute Wonder Woman, though.
That's a good book.
It's a really good book. It's so good that I'm like, can we make this Wonder Woman?
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a really fucking great take on this character.
It's a really interesting, really fun take on Wonder Woman.
And she's a great version. Honestly, I've never been a super Wonder Woman guy. This version, though, hits every spot that I want a character like that to hit. Yeah. Like, I like that she will kill the shit out of somebody, but that her whole thing is like trying to talk to them first, but also she's like kind of like weirdly naive, even as she knows all this stuff. Like, I just absolutely fucking love it. It's just so good. It's so excellent. And the art's amazing.
Oh, the art is
And
fantastic.
I'm going to say something. I don't mean this is not me trying to come across like a big weirdo here. But like, I remember when they first started publishing this, everybody's like, they made Wonder Woman ugly. I think she's fucking gorgeous with that like fucking big Mediterranean nose and shit. I think that's a fucking great look for Wonder Woman.
Sure,
Very
it's a great
into
look.
that.
I don't disagree.
Very into that. So, anyway, all right. Well,
No, that's a very good book.
yeah, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
I guess that was one bit of news we missed was James Gunn got angry at I want to say Variety because Sabrina Carpenter was dressed as Wonder Woman, and they said it's Sabrina Carpenter as Superwoman, and James Gunn responded to them like, "Who? What? Like, how do you get this one wrong?"
That's so embarrassing.
That's pretty embarrassing.
I think it might be Variety had a person who worked there who was on their social media team, obviously, because the social media account would live blog Taylor Swift concerts.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if it was that same person.
Maybe.
Who, you know what I mean? Because that seems plausible to me. This is a person.
I mean, Wonder Woman's not an obscure character.
I know, but this is a person who probably has no idea what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like she's like, it just has no, and also is not running this by anybody. When you read, if you were like those Taylor Swift, I was like, my friends and I were blown away. Like it was like minute by minute. Like why is Variety live tweeting a number of shows on the Eras tour? Like, I mean, a number. Like, it was like really like a lot of them, a lot of tweets. Like, it wasn't.
It got a lot of engagement, though.
Well, I'm sure it really did, and that's why probably they let her keep doing it. But like,
Yeah.
it was one of those things where you're like, this is crazy. This is weird. Like, they don't live tweet TV shows or movies. Why would they live tweet a fucking Taylor Swift tour? You know. But did you see the Taylor Swift controversy?
No. Oh, the necklace?
That she's a Nazi? The necklace is nuts.
Yeah.
Did you see the necklace? Did you look at it?
No.
Did we talk about this already?
No.
It's two lightning bolts side by side. And it's like all around the necklace. It's a number. It's the SS symbol. It's like, what? How does nobody in the organization realize that this is what they're making when they're making it? I can see that maybe Taylor doesn't notice, but there should be somebody in your organization whose job it is to look at things and go, oh, that's a Nazi symbol. Don't do that.
It's not two lightning bolts, first off. It's one lightning bolt.
It's like split in half. It's two lightning bolts.
No, it's one. I'm looking at it right here. It's one lightning bolt.
Really? I saw one that had two.
The one I'm looking at is just one lightning bolt.
Huh.
And then it comes down to like a star.
I'm not finding
It's that each side of the necklace has a lightning bolt, so they come down and be like SS, SS, SS.
Oh, so the image it looked like fucking lightning bolts. Look like fucking SS.
No.
Yeah.
And they're like Jay Garrick lightning bolts. They don't even look like, Kiss the band SS. Like,
can you imagine if Kiss tried to do that today?
Today that'd be the end of it. Yeah.
I will say that people also were complaining about one of her songs that they said is racist, and I was like, come on, give me a break. And then I read the lyrics, and I was like, oh, maybe this actually doesn't sound great. And it's this song called Opaline or Opaline, I can't pronounce it. And it's a song about Travis Kelce's previous girlfriend. And normally I'm like, oh, they're reading too much into it, but that's Taylor Swift's whole thing. Like, please, this is my diary. Like, here it is.
Yeah.
And it's about her.
She's the first ever musician to do that, by the way.
No, she does it unlike anybody else ever, I think.
I don't know.
No, I think other musicians, like, they do it with, like, some kind of artistry. She just is doing her diary here. Like, it's crazy how easy it is. Like, when Dylan did it, like, it was, like, riddles and, like, mysteries, and you could, like, solve it. But, like, this stuff is, like, pretty obvious. But Travis Kelce's previous girlfriend was black. And in the song, she sings, your nights used to be onyx, which is a black gem. But now they're opaline, which is a white gem. And, but, like, as a self-roast, it's a synthetic gem.
Well, there you go.
But I was like, oh, onyx, like, that actually is, like, I don't know if it's racist, but, like, it's a weird fucking repetitive lyric to have to talk about how your nights went from black to white. Like, that's pretty strange. That's pretty strange.
Yeah.
So, I love when you don't care.
I don't. It's Taylor Swift. Great. Okay.
I want to see you, like, on, like, a morning radio show. And
Why?
they're like,
I wouldn't want to do it.
no, but I'm saying, like, I want them like, Derek, did you see this in the news today? And you go, no.
No. My answer was like, who cares?
They'd have to have some kind of like sound effect just for you and who cares? Like some kind of like fart.
Yeah.
I just am really like, we've been doing these podcasts for almost 5 years now, and you are just dedicated. You're dedicated to never discussing certain things, to just going, yeah, okay. Like
If I don't care about
I
it,
respect
what am I going to say? Like, I'm not going to fake. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to spend time searching to find out information about things I don't give a shit about. You know? I got to fucking sit around and fucking spend an hour deep dive into Taylor Swift necklaces? I don't care. I do not care. It does not affect my life. It shouldn't really affect anyone's lives. Don't worry about it.
It passes the time, you know? It passes the time. All right, you ready to talk about the next episode of 2019 HBO Watchmen?
Yep.
Let's do it. Watchmen, Episode 2, Martial Feats of Comanche Horsemanship. Before we go any further, I want to say I have heard you, the folks at home, and we will, in fact, talk with spoilers moving forward. I have gotten pretty unanimous feedback that my attempt to be kind, to be caring, to be inclusive in the current era of anti-DEI seems that it's not very popular anymore. So I am, in fact, going to say we're going to do spoilers again. How's that sound to you?
Great. It was stupid not to do them in the first place.
I just was trying to look out for the new people.
It's a 6-year-old TV show. I would get if we were week to week, maybe, sure. But even then, I'd be like, why are you watching a YouTube video or listening to a podcast about a show before you watch the show? That doesn't make sense to me. Unless you just don't plan to watch the show and you're like, oh, these guys will tell me everything.
People kind of do that, though. They kind of actually do that.
There are people that do that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can't be like, oh, I was going to watch that, but then I listened to this podcast that reviewed it, and they spoiled everything. Yeah. Don't listen to it.
We open the episode in World War I. And we have a typing pool of Germans, and a German commandant pulls a woman out, Fräulein Mueller. Now, here's the thing. There's a number of different Muellers in this episode. Fräulein Mueller. Mueller is the name of the guy they fish out of the water, who everybody thinks is the Hooded Justice.
Yep.
And then there's another Mueller in the PDpedia this week. I actually found the PDpedia. Remember the PDpedia?
I do.
The PDpedia was a thing that HBO released each week with like clippings and stuff that Agent PD of the FBI was putting together. And I don't know why it's not available anymore, but it echoes what Alan Moore was doing in Watchmen, which is having a lot of back matter. So this is kind of the back matter of this whole comic, this whole show. And I don't know where I saw Mueller, but Mueller's somewhere in the PDpedia stuff. So they're hitting that name. I'm not sure if I don't remember if we're supposed to draw a connection between Fräulein Mueller and Mueller, the supposed Hooded Justice. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's not accidental.
No. I'm trying to remember the supposed Hooded Justice story in Watchmen, what the story of that guy was.
He was the circus strongman, and
but like, was he? I can't remember if he came from Germany.
He was German, yeah. He was
German, but
he had like an accent or something. I think.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he pulls her out because he's dictating a letter they're going to drop on the black soldiers that are fighting for America in World War I. And this letter is like, why are you fighting for America? They don't let you vote. They don't let you ride the bus. They won't let you drink out of the same water fountain. Why are you doing this? What have German boys ever done to you? Like, why would you possibly? And we realize later on that the "Watch This Boy" note is written on the back of this leaflet that is dropped. Yeah. We see Will Reeves' dad grab it out of the sky as it drops, and as he's reading it, he gets spit in the face by a horseback-mounted white soldier, and can't do anything about it because that's the nature of the racism that is happening. And then so we see the leaflet in the hand of Louis Gossett Jr. playing Old Will, and he's sitting there next to Judd Crawford and then Angela shows up. We kind of get like Will's version of Angela showing up.
Yeah.
And then she takes him back to the bakery and she handcuffs him to a railing in the kitchen, like he's in his wheelchair. And we begin the point of the show where she is going to leave a 105-year-old man in the basement of a bakery all by himself for a day and a half.
Yeah, she leaves him in there for a long time.
That does feel like you come back to him being dead. Like that really has like intense, like, oh, you come back to this guy, he's a corpse. Like that's, at least he's soaking in his own urine, right? Like that's the thing. Like he'd have
without
to
a doubt. I mean,
right?
She just left him there for a day and a half. Like,
although we find out that is not actually a problem because he's very very capable of taking care of himself.
Yeah.
So what I like here is that she handcuffs him and she starts making coffee and then she goes in the other room and she gets into her night sister outfit.
Yes.
I like that a lot. It reminds me a lot of Rorschach, where Rorschach has to put his face on.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and we get that later on with Looking Glass too. He's doing the Rorschach thing of eating his food with his mask halfway up his face. I mean, that's like a Rorschach thing. But I thought it was really interesting here that she does that. And
what I'm real impressed by is that she spray paints on the black for covering her eyes, and she does it freehand, and it's very straight, which is very, very impressive at the end of the day.
I mean, it's very impressive. But you know what? She's had a lot of experience, I guess, right?
I guess, yeah.
I think part of the reason why she puts on the Sister Night outfit is because she, like, when she goes into the room, she has like a little bit of a breakdown about Judd being dead. Yeah. And I'm assuming that putting that mask on helps her get back into control. Like she becomes a different person when she puts on the Sister Night.
Yeah. And we get that with Glass later on too, when he's like, "Why am I crying under my mask?" Like, Letterman don't cry.
And that actually ends up being Will's big message to her at the end of the series, by the way, is that I put on a mask to try to heal myself, but you need to air the wounds. You can't hide them. So, she comes out and she's like, "Okay, so who are you?" And he goes, "I'm the guy that strung up Judd." And she goes, "There's no way you did." He goes like, "But I did." And they had this whole thing where he's like, "What if I'm Dr. Manhattan?" And she's like, "Well, you're not, because Dr. Manhattan's not one of us." And he's like, "Well, how do you know he can't look like one of us?" And she's just like, "He can't. Like, he just can't." I like that like everybody has this idea of like what Dr. Manhattan's deal is.
Yeah.
They don't actually know anything.
No, there's absolutely no reason why he couldn't just look human.
Yeah.
Like,
in fact, he does. But as we can now get into the spoilers, he's her husband. And he says that Judd. He said that he has psychic powers. That's how he got Judd to get hung. He uses psychic powers. Yeah. And he also says that Judd had skeletons in his closet and that there's an insidious conspiracy in Tulsa, but he can't tell her the whole thing because it'll blow her mind. I actually like that. Because in stories with conspiracies, we're like, well, one guy knows the conspiracy and starts letting our hero, like, you should look into this. It's always like, just tell them what's going on. But the argument here is like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, it would be so dumb. You would be like, no, there's no way this is true. You need to discover it for yourself. And I kind of like that he verbalizes that,
Sure.
So, and then he wants his pills. Those we're going to find out later are nostalgia pills, and they do in fact help his memory, as he says. It's not clear right now if that's true, but that is in fact the truth.
Yeah.
So I really like Louis Gossett Jr. in this.
He's great. He's great in the scene. He's great throughout this episode, and the end scene with him as well is fantastic. Yeah. When she comes in and she's like, "You're right. There were skeletons in his closet." He's like, "I didn't mean literally. I mean like literally. Just go look in his closet." Yeah.
She gets paged during the middle of this, so she has to call in and she has to pretend that she's hearing that Judd was killed for the first time now. And as she is leaving to go to the crime scene, she's leaving Will behind. She grabs the coffee mug that she had made coffee and she had given it to him to drink. He knocks it back in one gulp.
He takes it right down.
And later on, he sticks his hand into a boiling pot of water.
Yeah. And she does not seem shocked by that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Which is like, I would be like, "Hey, man, you just put your hand in boiling water.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Does that hurt?"
So she takes that, she bags it up because she's going to do some DNA testing with it. So she drives back to the crime scene. Now, we get a bit here. As she's leaving, we see the Hiroshima lovers on the wall. Did you catch that?
Yep.
which is it's a thing from the original Watchmen comic. It is a graffiti that's often in the background of panels, and it is graffiti of the shadow of two lovers entwined, and it's called a Hiroshima shadow because in Hiroshima, when the bomb went off, it was so intense that people's bodies that blocked the blast left a shadow behind on the ground or on the wall. And in the comic, that lover shadow is the same with the same shape as Lori and Dan in Dan's dream. So we see that there, and then we get a bit with the newsstand. Yes. And we get our little newsstand bit here, which also obviously is connected to the original Watchmen, which had a major center newsstand thing going on. And I think it's really interesting because Lindelof had made it clear that the internet does not exist and cell phones don't exist. So this is a world where newspapers still are important. Yeah. And TV is still a big deal. And I kind of love that. I kind of think that's really cool. I like that very, very much, frankly.
Probably be a better world in some ways.
In some ways, one assumes. But we get like the news guy who doesn't like, they're talking about the squids. He's talking with the delivery, the guy for the New Frontiersman. And talking about the squids and how it's like a false flag and they fell on 4 different cities. Can you even believe that? We see a young girl come up and she buys like all of the papers, like one of each. And she's obviously a daily customer. And so we begin to get like our own little like newsstand world, similar to the one that Moore and Gibbons were creating in the comic.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
And they say that the newsstand owner thinks that Robert Redford is behind the squids.
Yes, to take away their rights. Yeah.
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 And Joe Keane is running, right? Joe Keane or Joe Kerr?
Joe Keane Jr. Because Joe Keane is the guy from the original Watchmen, the Keane Act. He passed it was outlawed vigilantes.
Yeah, and Joe Keane is running for president against Robert Redford.
Yeah, and Joe Keane Jr. is the guy that passed the Defensive Police Act, which allows the police to wear masks. Yeah. So that's his deal.
And we meet him later in this episode.
We do meet him later in this episode. So Angela goes to the crime scene, and she starts talking to Looking Glass, and he begins like asking her questions. I really like Looking Glass a lot. Yeah. And he's like, so, did you see him? How was that? And she's like, are you, like, questioning me? Like, are you kidding me? You're questioning me? He's like, well, I gotta do it. She asks him if he suffered, if Judd suffered. And Looking Glass is like, oh, yeah, he definitely did. And then he goes into detail about how bad it must have been for him to fucking die.
Yeah.
He goes, he was alive the whole time until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't. So that's when she's like, how can you be so methodical about all this? And he's like, why am I crying under my mask?
It's really good. So she's like, let's get him down. And as they're about to get out of the car, a fucking guy falls out of the sky under the windshield.
Yep.
And it's 2 guys in Mothman wings, not Mothman from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, but Mothman from the original Minutemen. Yes. And it's the same wings that Mothman had, and they're paparazzi using the moth wings to get photos. And Red Scare's beating the shit out of this guy. And Looking Glass is like, hey, fucking cut it out. Don't worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
So they go to take Judd out of the tree. And we end up in a flashback. We end up in a flashback to White Night. We finally see what happened on the White Night. And Angela and Cal are at home, and it's Christmas. And you might notice he's saying it's 2 minutes until midnight.
Yep.
And that's a thematic connection to Watchmen, which was every cover of Watchmen had the Doomsday Clock on it. The Doomsday Clock is what the nuclear scientists set, how close we are to midnight, a.k.a. nuclear annihilation. We are very close right now.
Yeah.
Have you looked it up recently?
No, but it's not nuclear annihilation anymore.
Is it just destroying the world?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's 89 seconds to midnight. It's very bad. Very bad. Like, I think that's worse than it's ever been, I think. I mean, certainly worse than it was when we were kids. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's moved 26 times since 1947. And it was 90 seconds in 2023. It was 100 seconds in 2020.
There you go.
Oh, my God. 2015, it was 3 minutes to midnight.
Yeah.
And now we're at 89 seconds. We're at a minute and a half.
And if you go to the website, it's got recent highlights like a rising danger in the Arctic, microbes unleashed by climate change.
Man. Yeah. Not good, man. Not good. Bad times. Bad times. What are you doing?
I'm looking at the Doomsday Clock site.
But nobody else can hear you or see you when you're doing it.
Well, they can see me if they're watching. I'm right here.
They can see you looking down at your lap.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be talking. It's fine.
I was just trying to have a drink, bro. That's why you got to keep an eye on the camera, because when I go to take a drink, you got to jump in for me. You got to like got my back. You got to like be there for me. Know that you got to like fill the gap.
You did not fill that gap.
I stopped. It was your turn. It was your turn. So anyway, we have them at Christmas. He wants to open his present because it's 2 minutes to midnight. And she's like, no, Christmas begins Christmas morning. I hate this attitude. That's not correct. Christmas happens at midnight.
Christmas happens all year round. It's in your heart. So you can open up your presents whenever you want.
We grew up with Christmas at midnight, though. We did.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
At Grandma's house. I know for a fact, because Santa Claus would come at midnight, and one of our fat uncles or something would come dressed in a Santa Claus outfit, reeking of alcohol, and that would be it. I remember one year at Christmas, at midnight, we got our Christmas stuff, and I got my gifts, and I opened one of the gifts was from Pancho, our grandmother's dog. Yeah. And I opened it, and it was a bunch of Battlestar Galactica action figures.
There you go.
I burst into tears. Because I had not gotten Pancho anything, but Pancho had gotten me my favorite gift of that Christmas. And I felt so guilty that I had not gotten Pancho the dog anything for Christmas. And he had gotten me the best gift I got.
There you go.
Yeah, so I remember also one year at Christmas, I was being a pain in the ass, and our grandfather locked me out of the house in the hall.
Yeah, that was my favorite Christmas present. Yeah.
And I was crying in the hallway, and I was like, he's like, you're not getting anything for Christmas. You're in the hallway. Get out of this house. Don't come back here anymore. And I was so upset. And look at how damaged I am now. See, it's trouble. Anyway, as they are talking, there's a noise, and he's like, oh, must be St. Nick. And she's like, no, somebody's in the house. And that's when the fucking White Knight starts. A guy comes in with a gun, starts shooting. She's very cool. She jumps and fucking unplugs the Christmas tree so it goes to full dark.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and she gets a knife to go deal with this guy. She stabs this guy in the neck, but then somebody else comes in and shoots her and blows her across the fucking house. And she's laying there on the floor, like, bleeding out, and this guy comes up to her with this shotgun right in her face, and then she blacks out, and then she wakes up, and Don Johnson's looking down at her.
Yep.
And they're one of the only survivors of the night. And in fact, her partner and his wife both died. And those kids, the partner and the wife had, become her and Kel's kids. Those are the kids that she has that are growing up. And
can we talk about again, since we're not worried about spoilers anymore? Dr. Manhattan, kind of useless on White Knight.
Yeah,
very weird.
I don't think it's weird at all. He's not useless. He saves her life, obviously.
He could have saved her before she got shot.
Dr. Manhattan has that problem where what has to happen happens.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so, like, was she always getting shot? Has she always been getting shot? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not, there's like, he doesn't have technically as much willpower or free choice.
But he's also like, oh, sounds like Santa Claus is coming. Like, dude. You know it's not. Even if you're not Dr. Manhattan, you're an adult male. You know it's not Santa Claus on your roof.
Well, I think he was just kidding that they heard a noise and he made a joke. I mean, he doesn't think it's Santa Claus, I don't think.
But still.
So this is when she learns that the cavalry has everybody's addresses. They know the name of every cop. Every cop is quitting because they know that they're in the crosshairs. Now, 40 cop houses got hit. There's probably all the high brass. And she's like, I'm not quitting. And Judd's like, well, I'm not quitting either. And so we have like a moment like where she's like really like remembering how much she loves Judd and how important they were to each other.
Yeah.
And then so they're like, well, we got to go to fucking Nixonville because that's obviously where the information is going to come. And so they go to Nixonville, and there's a giant Nixon statue out front of Nixonville, and it's a white trash trailer park. And Red Scare's up on a car like, Everyone come out, get into these pegs. Oh, but it's the worst fucking accent. What the fuck am I doing? I'm doing some kind of Sigmund Freud accent? Like,
Oof. What? I'm going to save you here.
Smokey is the bandit.
Here's one problem that I have.
What?
All the detectives, right? Like Glass, all of them. None of them are wearing gloves. So they're wearing masks to hide their identities, but they're leaving their fingerprints everywhere. Seems like a very bad idea.
Doesn't she have gloves that she puts on?
No. When they're or at least when they're taking Judd down, they have no gloves on. And then in this scene, I don't think she's wearing gloves either.
It seems plausible to me that as part of the defense,
and I think Red Scare has like fingerless gloves on.
So what are these guys going to do with their fingerprints?
Find out who they are and kill them?
How?
Isn't that like why they wear the masks?
How? How are they going to find out from their fingerprints?
I mean,
how? What's the function? How does that work?
Later on, she goes and gets a complete DNA test by pretending to be somebody else in front of a computer. It doesn't seem like it's that hard to get information on people.
The thing is that the fingerprint database, regular people don't have access to it. You and I just could not get fingerprints run. We can't do it. You got to get the police has to do it. You cannot run fingerprints. So you could collect every fingerprint on Earth. Doesn't make a difference unless you had them sorted that you could then run. But you can't run fingerprints.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the cavalry has some people on the inside.
Well, then they would know who everybody is anyway.
But maybe
not.
We don't know what you need clearance for to find those things out. But if you have fingerprints, it's easier to do that.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, it seems to me unlikely that would be an issue. Yeah, it just seems unlikely to me that would be an issue because it's just it's really hard to get access. I mean, in private detective stories, they always know a guy who can get them into the crime lab to run the fingerprints. But yeah. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if the Defensive Police Act wipes their fingerprints out of the records.
Maybe.
That would be a thing they would do too. They set up cover stories for them to be regular people because that's her whole thing. So why wouldn't they take the fucking fingerprints out or put fake fingerprints for her so that if you were try to find Angela's fingerprints, you would find some, but they would be not actually hers. You know.
Do you think they have to switch out who's in that storefront every couple of months?
I would like
to never open up a bakery.
I would like to actually open it.
I would too. I would love it if there was actually a bakery running in there. That'd be a lot of fun. But she says they say in the first episode, oh, it's been a couple of months since you've been in there. When's it going to open? And she's like, in a couple of months. And I wonder if every 6 months, okay, you have to leave, and now we're going to put in
maybe. I will tell you,
and he's going to be opening up a mirror store, I guess. I don't know.
I got to tell you, it takes forever for a restaurant to open.
It takes forever.
And I can tell you, it takes forever. Yeah. And that can be frustrating, especially here in LA where restaurants close a lot and then somebody moves in. And then you have I have seen it take a year for a restaurant to open here in LA. There's a butcher shop across the street from me that opened up and it took a year for that butcher shop to open. I was why would it just takes forever. So, they have a little bit of time. Also all this shit White Knight was just 2 years before the events of this TV show.
Yes.
That's crazy how recent that was. That's nuts, kind of. Yeah. So they end up. One of the rednecks throws a bottle at Red Scare, and Red Scare is like, "Rough them up, boys!" And the cops go hog wild. Their batons have electric stun things, and they are really beating the shit out of these people. And Angela's like, "This is stupid. This is pointless. We're not going to get any information out of this." And Looking Glass like, "Oh, I thought you'd want to be in there, getting fucking blood on your knuckles." And she's like, "No, I'm not. That's not, And but then she does end up fighting because some guy comes in trying to hit them, and she beats the shit out of this guy.
I like that she sees the guy coming because she can see his reflection in Glass's mouth.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's great. That's great.
But she does really good superhero fighting here, flipping and shit like that. It's really cool. And then she starts pounding on his fucking face, just pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds. So after that, she then goes to the Greenwood Center for Cultural Heritage, which is sort of the museum/reparations center for the Tulsa Massacre. There are no reparations in the real world for this, and there is, as far as I know, no museum dedicated to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody wants to get out of the room. He got into the room, and now he wants to get out of the room.
Reparations.
There's no reparations. In fact, there was a recent vote to try to get reparations locally, and that it failed. And reparations, redfarations, is a big subplot that's going on here. When Jim Beaver, who you can always count on to play some racist redneck in something if you need him to, shows up.
I don't think he's racist in Supernatural. Is he?
No, nobody in Supernatural has anything wrong with them, like in that kind of way.
Yeah.
It's all soft. Supernatural's soft. You know what I mean? Like, it's all like, everybody's lovable. They'll all murder. They'll murder, but like, they'll feel bad about it, and they're all soft. They don't have any problematic views, you know?
Not that I know. No.
Yeah, they would just never would because of the nature of that fan base. That's the weirdest fan base, by the way.
Is it that one?
Yeah, I have friends that are in that fan base through Brittany. I know people. And that fan base is pretty intense. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's largely like middle-aged ladies. And they are unbelievably cruel to each other.
Really?
Yeah, including a lady who died of cancer, and other people were being mean to her as she died and afterwards. Based on fandom stuff. Yeah. No, it's nuts. It's nuts. Now, I know we hear a lot about toxic masculinity, man. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but like, women have their own sort of crazy way of being nasty that is very different than how men do it. And it is brutal. And that world has a lot of that. It's very competitive, like who Misha is going to reply to, Misha Collins, who he's going to reply to. Like, that's all very competitive to them and stuff like that. And they all have really sickening parasocial relationships with the actors and stuff. And it's real bad. It's real bad.
There's so much of this stuff out there, and I just never know about any of it.
And then I tell you about it.
I'm really happy I don't know about any of this. Yeah.
And then I show up and tell you all about it.
The other day, I saw somebody talking about 6'7", and I was like, what is that? And I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit. And I just moved on with my day.
You know as much as anybody else. Nobody knows what 6'7" is. No, it's nothing.
I saw somebody link it back to Mork and Mindy. So I can't imagine.
There's no way.
It actually
it's Gen Z. It's just Gen Alpha. There's no way it's a Mork and Mindy thing. No, it's just a thing kids yell. I think it's like some streamer yelled it, and it just became the thing. And now they yell 6'7". Yeah. And now, like in classrooms, like if you say 6 or 7, the kids in the room will go nuts. And I've seen pictures of classrooms that have like a note up front, like if you say 6'7", you will be kicked out of this class. Like, that's how significant it is. So, yeah, the kids.
I spent all my time on R short, looking at people get angry that they're short. And but
I'm really fascinated. Yeah, was there another good one?
Yes.
What is it? Tell us about it.
Short King is not hot or funny. It's patronizing and an automatic turnoff. Kings are bad. We don't have kings in America.
Wow.
And you're still objectifying me. Yeah, like really jumped out on that one. And you're still objectifying me instead of asking about my MBA program or learning bass guitar or treating me like a human being. The women who say that phrase are dehumanizing and gross.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, my short kings. I didn't know you felt that way about it.
Apparently we do.
Or
at least that one did. All the responses to that guy, by the way, are people being like, "Hey, man, relax. It's
relax,
okay,
buddy. Yeah, you're gonna
calm down."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Imagine saying that about women." And somebody was like, "People call women like thick queen and stuff like that."
Yeah, queen. Yeah, queen is very slay queen, very common. Like that's very, very common. Yeah. And imagine if somebody objectified a woman. Can you imagine such a thing? Wow, what a crazy world this could be.
Unheard of in this time. The objectification of women hasn't happened since 12 seconds ago. Oh, it just happened again. Oh, yeah.
The Tulsa Massacre Museum is pretty cool. It's got like a cool hologram of a doughboy, a black doughboy, talking about how he tried to put on his uniform to try to stop people from hurting him or whatever. And we don't get the whole thing. We just get like a sort of a bit. And then we get Henry Louis Gates Jr., who is the Secretary of Treasury under Robert Redford. That's a real guy, by the way.
Yes.
And he had a TV show at the time that was about finding out your genetic heritage. And his whole thing is like African-American genealogy and stuff.
He's a
professor. Anymore? I don't know. This show came out 6 years ago. I don't know what's on television.
I thought it was still on.
It might be.
But I don't know if he's still the host. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hedging my bets on that one.
Yeah.
He did. He may still have. He did, though. And so it's kind of like a funny little bit like that. He's like a real guy. And I like that where he's like, hello, Will. we're here to tell you all about. I really like that very much. So she uses that coffee mug to get some of Will's DNA and feed it into the machine, which is going to see if he's available for reparations. And then they're going to call her back. So she goes home. She runs into Jim Beaver. Jim Beaver is the racist, I'm assuming, grandfather, because he's talking about reparations.
Yeah.
So that's...
And he wants to see the kids. It's his day with the kids.
She is sort of like very negative about that, but I guess she does have to tell the kids that their uncle died. Yeah. That is what she goes in there to do. She goes in there to tell Topher that
Judd
died.
Judd died.
Died.
They are doing a really bad job of playing quiet so that Jim Beaver doesn't know they're home, because they're like in the living room screaming and stabbing each other and stuff.
Well, Jim Beaver's like, your husband's a huge pussy. He won't even come to the door.
Which, I mean, it's kind of great that he's very mild-mannered, if you will.
Very mild-mannered. Real Clark Kent business, and he's like, is he still out there on the porch? Like, they are playing, so one of the kids is dressed like an owl. One of the kids is dressed like a pirate.
Yep.
That's obviously Watchmen stuff. And then Cal is wearing a ghost outfit, which does, in fact, look like a Ku Klux Klan robe. It's a very complicated series of imageries here that are being played with. And as people at Halloween will tell you, that the word spook, which means ghost, has also been used as a racial slur in the not so distant past. So Angela, though, goes upstairs and tells Topher that Judd is dead. Topher is playing with the
coolest Lego set of all time,
a Manhattan, and he's building what looks like Dr. Manhattan's palace.
Yeah.
And it floats. It's floating. Yeah, it's floating.
It's really cool.
He breaks it at the end when he hears about Judd. He pretends like he doesn't care, but he does. And then he's a good kid, though, because he says, like, don't tell the girls. I want to tell the girls. That's very nice. This kid, by the way, truly looks troubled, though. Like, they really cast a deeply troubled-looking young man in this role.
Yes.
Like, really did. I hope he's okay today, 6 years later, because, like, I'm watching this. And I'm like, oh, this is 100% a kid that you see feral on the street. Like, they really nailed that casting with this guy.
What do you think this kid's up to?
I don't know. Oh, you looking him up?
Yeah, he became Timothy Chalamet.
This young man became known as Timothy Chalamet. As you look him up, we then have Angela going out, and Topher and Cal are watching TV, and they're watching American Hero Story, which has the most astonishing series of trigger warnings in front of it. It goes on for a minute and a half of warnings before you watch American Hero Story. And we see that everybody that's like connected to this story is watching it. We see the Rorschachs and the 7th Cavalry guys. We see all these different characters with the American Hero Story playing in the background. Have you found anything out yet, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, no, he does a lot of voiceover work for something called Gigantosaurus, which was an animated show that lasted 100 episodes apparently, and then they made like 2 movies. He was in the TV show Wild Cards. I don't know what that's on. He's working. He's working away. He's doing good.
This is why I wish we could have a producer, because if we had a producer who could look this up while we're talking, you would actually be able to be involved in the podcast. But now you're not going to even pull away from this kid's IMDb.
No, we're talking about American Hero Story, which I want to discuss. It's a good sequence.
So we get to American Hero Story, which is going to be
the opening warning.
Yes, I was
goes on for like a minute and a half.
I did in fact say that while you were looking this kid up. Yes. It goes on forever. It's ever and ever. And we see all these different other characters that are also watching it. So we get like a sense of like how omnipresent it is. A very Watchmen comic thing where it's the media that's connecting different stories. That's how we jump from story to story. And then within American Hero Story, there's going to be the tale of hooded justice. And it opens with Mueller dead in the water. That opening has a lot of different connotations to it. One of which is that one of Mueller's shoes is off. And so is one of Judd's. Second, Mueller's face down in a way that looked to me like it was reminiscent of the pirate comic, Tales of the Black Freighter, the opening of that.
Okay.
But third, the bit where they're pulling him body out of the water and he's giving the voiceover, that's Sunset Boulevard. That's the opening of Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's the exact shot. It's 2 cops, it's the water going up, and it's his voiceover of the dead guy. That's so it's a really interesting choice there. I'm assuming that in universe that Ryan Murphy or whoever makes American Hero Story is riffing on Sunset Boulevard. That's my guess, like within universe. In the PDpedia, we see that the first season of American Hero Story was Rorschach's story.
Oh.
And Petey talks about how it is much like all of American Horror Story, American Crime Story, and Monster. It is highly fictionalized and incredibly lurid, and it's not accurate. But the FBI is concerned that this stuff may make people want to get back into vigilantism. It might be feeding the vigilante urge.
Does it say who played Rorschach?
I don't think it does.
Evan Peters.
That would actually be amazing. But I love you're right about the opening warning, though, because it does say the Federal Communication Commission has determined this is an emotionally harmful program.
Yeah, that's great.
I would watch anything that opened with that warning, by the way.
Are you kidding me? I'll be like, I got to watch every second of this.
So in the voiceover over the Rolf Mueller being pulled out of the water, he goes, everybody thinks that's me, but it's not me. And I'm going to tell you the story of how this ended up being this way and what happened to me, but you're going to have to wait for it, otherwise you're not going to watch the show. And we see a robbery. On the way to the robbery, the thieves pass by a newspaper boy, and he has an alien hoax newspaper, which is obviously War of the Worlds, but also references the squid at the end of Watchmen. And they're robbing this little grocery store, and then Hooded Justice comes in, and it turns into a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah.
It is slow-mo, blood spurt. It is unbelievably violent. It is like brutalizing. Yeah. And it is very fucking like incredible, like in terms of just like how much shade you can throw without throwing any actual shade. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so clearly just fucking going like, look at this shit. Like, it's crazy. And also the fact, the idea that like it's really inaccurate is like part of the whole thing too. So like that's also shade at Snyder, although I thought his Watchmen was fairly accurate, more or less.
Very accurate, I would say. Yeah.
But I really loved it. It's a really great sequence. He kills a guy by smashing his head with a cash register.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. There's some pretty intense.
He definitely did more damage than they would have been able to take from the store.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
Right?
But that's like a very classic modern understanding of superheroes.
Yes. Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this damage you caused, let's let them take the fucking diamonds. Like, we're insured, man. Like, just like, it's fine.
Also emotional damage though, because he did just
those people
like three people.
Well, they're traumatized. Those people in the store. Yeah. The show goes out of the way to show them being traumatized.
Yeah, yeah. He's pretty nasty. He's a pretty nasty fella.
Do you think people watching this the first time around didn't understand they were watching a TV show within a TV show? They thought it was just a flashback.
No, I think they got it.
This is obvious.
Spends 2 minutes showing you the opening credits of the show and stuff. Like, I don't think it's.
Yeah.
It's hard to figure that out.
This is sort of the pirate comic of the show, because the pirate comic in Watchmen is a comic within a comic. Here's a TV show within a TV show. So it's sort of that same meta thing. So we see all that happening. It's pretty cool. And Angela goes to Judd's house. She's going to go bring flowers to Judd's widow. And that's where she meets our good friend Joe Keane, who
Strange
is
Roses, which seems weird.
It's not weird. It's a specific reference to issue 2 of Watchmen.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, when Lori hears that the comedian died, she brings roses to her mom. It is like, and the director.
But that's more to her, it's like, oh, this asshole's dead.
No, I know, but the director of the episode said it's a specific reference to that. Okay. It's like 100% that reference. They're doing that like on purpose. So
it's a weird reference connection, though, I think. That's my thought.
I mean, I don't disagree per se. I think, I guess traditionally you're bringing like white flowers or black flowers.
What's the song? Is now? I have 2 versions of the song in my head. Is it "Don't forget to put flowers on my grave" or "Don't forget to put
flowers on my grave"? Okay. Flowers on my grave. I mean, it's like interesting.
Almost convinced myself it was roses. Okay.
It's interesting because, like, I think there's not like a really strong super like rule for it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that like it's whatever, and I know that like I've been to funerals where they're very colorful flowers, and that I think is nice. And maybe roses are his favorite. Maybe the roses are her favorite, and she knows that, right? That is very possible. So I think that's reasonable. Joe Keane is played by a guy named James Wolk, who is like in a million things. But most specifically, he played Bob Benson in Mad Men for 12 episodes. So that's like where I really recognize him from most of all. He's a guy. He's like really annoying to everybody, and he's the guy that's not great Bob. Remember that meme?
Yeah,
that's him.
Yeah.
He's Bob, and so that's who James Wolk is. So every time I see him, I think of Bob Benson.
It's a wonderful show.
And the funny thing about Bob Benson and Mad Men is that nobody knows who hired him. He just is there. And they're like, wait, who hired this guy? Like nobody has a clue. It's such a fucking fun. It's so funny, man. I really like that so much.
That show is much funnier than I think people who haven't seen it realize.
That's the thing is many of these kinds of prestige shows are really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Bad is very funny. Mad Men is hilarious. The Sopranos is hilarious. Yeah. They're like this close to being comedies sometimes. They're like that close.
They are arguably funnier than The Bear.
I would argue that is correct. So she goes there and she's talking to Joe Keane and Jane, the widow, and then she faints. And they put her up in a bedroom and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be taking care of you. And Jane's like, well, now I get to take care of you. Which, by the way, as somebody who's done the bereavement thing, taking care of other people is a very nice thing to do in that situation. It makes you feel like you have something to do with yourself. But it turns out that Angela was lying. She did not actually faint. She pretended to faint so that she could get upstairs to the bedroom where she has her X-ray night owl goggles. And she's going through the closet. And in the closet, she finds a Klan robe. And she finds a Klan robe with the exact same closet configuration as the comedian's outfit in Watchmen, the comic.
Yeah.
It's like the whole, like around the side, clicking the button, it opens. It's exactly the same. And again, that's super fucking purposeful.
Yeah.
Then we cut to
one thing I do like is when she goes in and she sees the Klan robes, and then she takes off the goggles as to be like, it's the goggles that are doing this. And it's not, they're there. And she had that like moment of hope of like, no. Through the goggles, that's what it looks like, but it's not that.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that she had that moment of hope that this man that she greatly admires and loves was not hiding Klan robes in his closet.
Yeah. We then cut to Adrian and his county manor, and he's riding his horse again, and he pulls a tomato off a tree.
Yes.
And I'm guessing it tastes very bad.
He bites it and then squeezes it.
Yeah.
So.
And then drops it. Yeah. We have that party again, and he does not want to have a fucking deal with it. He does not want to deal with it.
Well, here's my question. Do they give him a cake every day? Because this is not the same party.
My assumption is yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem like he goes through these people probably at a very quick rate.
Oh, he definitely does. Yeah.
So, like, they may have very limited understanding, and they may have very limited, but he's excited because they're going to put on his show, The Watchmaker's Son. And Mr. Phillips, his butler, needs the watch that he had given him last episode because it's going to be a prop for the show. Yeah. And so what we see is that The Watchmaker's Son is basically Dr. Manhattan's origin story told again. And I think it's done really well. Like, I think in terms of, like, hitting the iconic moments and the iconic imagery, like those beers on the table, I don't know why that is just, like, so 100% that bit from the comic, but it is 100% that bit from the comic.
Very much, yeah.
And so Phillips is playing John Osterman, and Mrs. Crookshanks is playing Janie Slater. And they're not very good. They're quite overacting.
Well, it's also not well written.
No, it's not well written.
Which is very interesting that Adrian is not a good writer.
Why would he?
I think it's interesting.
He's not an artist. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing.
But I mean, that's what I think is interesting about it, is because I think Adrian considers himself an artist, but he's not one.
I wonder. I actually don't know. I don't know that
he hired someone else to design the squid. Like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He hired somebody else to do it. He's not an artist.
I think he considers himself an artist.
But why do you think that?
For one thing, he wrote a play.
But that's because he's trapped on the fucking moon of Jupiter.
Sure. But I think everything about him in the comic makes me think he's the guy who's like, of course I can do it.
I'm the best at everything. Yeah, I'm the best at everything.
Yeah.
It's not well written, and it is overblown. Although it's funny because it does use Watchmen dialogue. It does use Watchmen dialogue in the play. including "Nothing Ever Ends." Nothing ever really ends, which is what John told him. So he's put that in there as sort of a little dig at John, I guess. But anyway, in the thing when Phillips gets trapped in the quantum chamber, the intrinsic field generator, fucking Jeremy Irons puts on a fucking Wile E. Coyote plunger and burns him alive in there.
Pretty great. Pretty great.
And then a naked guy comes down from the ceiling covered in makeup, including his penis is blue. And he's got a really cool Dr. Manhattan mask on.
Yeah.
And he comes down and from the sky, and this is the rebirth of John Osterman, as Dr. Manhattan. And we takes off the mask, and guess what? It's Phillips. And everybody who is working on this play, the guy playing the music, the people that are like the grips and stuff like that, they take off their masks, and it's just the two people. It's Crookshanks and Phillips, and it's them again and again and again and again.
Now, let me ask you, is there any reason for all of them to be wearing hoods over their heads other than to shock us when that happens?
But headcanon would be that because he's trying to focus on the play, having the other people with the same faces might be distracting to him. He's trying to be immersive in the moment for himself. This is a play for him. Nobody else is there to watch it. It's just him.
Yeah.
So maybe he's trying to be immersive within it himself. But no, you're right. The reason why is because
it's just like I was wondering, like maybe like I don't know, like in the 1300s they used to make the musicians and lighting crew wear like hoods over their heads so that you didn't notice them or see them really. Like
no.
But
So they pull the corpse out, and Jeremy Irons pulls the watch from his hands, breaks his finger to take it off. That he's all burned up. And the other male clone is like, should we take him down to the basement? And Irons is like, oh, what's your name? And he tells him I'm Mason or whatever. And he goes, how would you like to be the new Mr. Phillips? And he goes, I would love it, sir. Which seems to me like a death sentence. But this guy is obviously programmed to love it. Yeah. And so he goes, okay, Mr. Phillips, yes, taking him to the basement would be a terrific idea. Because he's like, take him to the basement with all the others. And you're like,
all the others, we'll have need for him soon.
Yeah. It's so good. And at this point, like, even if we were doing a no spoilers version of this, it's so clearly Ozymandias or Ozymandias. I don't know how you really pronounce it. But it's so obviously him that you can't get around it. Like this, it's so clear. Like when it's nothing ever ends, nothing ever really ends. That's his last words to Adrian.
Yeah.
Manhattan's last words to Adrian. We then cut back to Angela, and she's goes to the bakery where she has left the old man, the 105-year-old man, handcuffed to a rail for a day and maybe like 20 hours maybe.
I mean, she arrested him at night.
Yeah.
They were there. They were doing questions. She gets the call. She goes to Judd's dead body.
That's it's first thing in the morning. Yeah, first thing in the morning, right? Probably.
So that's day. Then she goes to do the thing at Nixonville, and then they go and get the museum.
Then she goes home.
Then she goes to Judd's wife, like to the house, and it's night at that point. Yeah. At least 20 hours. This guy's been sitting there.
But he's cool because it turns out that he's no longer handcuffed, and he
went grocery shopping.
He went grocery shopping across the street. It's like, and you came back, and he's like, yeah, we weren't done talking. So she's like, well, how are you doing this? And she says, I'm gonna fucking arrest you now. And he goes, well, please go ahead. I have friends in high places. And as he says that, the phone rings. Yeah. And it is the automated phone call from the center saying that the DNA test is that this DNA is from somebody who is attached to the Tulsa massacre. And there are two relatives on file. And like, we can tell you if you know who they are, say the name and we'll tell you if you're right. And she says Angela Abar, and it says, yes, his granddaughter, Angela Abar. And she's like, holy shit, it's my grandfather. And so she's like, oh, wow. And so she's like, okay, fine. She brings him out to the car. And it's a really interesting moment where she picks him up from the wheelchair, and like, it's a tender moment. And then when she puts him in the car, she has her hand on his head. It's a tender moment. This is her only family. She had earlier said to Topher, we both know what happened to our parents. We know that this world is hard. So if something terrible happened to her parents, so she's an orphan on her own, she probably has no family that she's aware of. Yeah. And so I think that's really interesting. And then as he gets in the car, she goes to the back to put his wheelchair in the trunk, and all of a sudden a fucking aircraft is above, and it drops a giant magnet and picks the car up, and he gives her this look in the side view mirror.
Well, what are you gonna do? Goodbye.
Man, I fucking love that. And it takes off and it flies away, and it is the best shit imaginable. It is so fucking cool watching that car just fucking float away. And that's the end of the episode. What'd you think of this one?
It's great. Unsurprising. It's fantastic.
What do you think of this episode, Gus? Let me let him out so we can talk about this. Keep chatting.
I mean, this is a really well done episode. Louis Gossett Jr. is amazing in this episode. I think he's fantastic. I love when she comes back and he's there and he's kind of forgotten stuff.
Yeah,
because he's not taking his pills. And she's like, "You said to go." Like I said before, when she's like, "You said." He's got skeletons in his closet. I went in his closet and I found this clan robe, and he's like, I didn't mean literally. I just love that. Yeah. I love that so much.
So good. It's so good. He's so funny. It's such a great role.
Louis Gossett Jr. just kills it in this episode and in this role. I mean, he's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's really great because like he is weak and frail, but he's not underneath. He's not playing that underneath. Do you know what I mean? It's really interesting the levels that he's bringing.
He's playing very confident and very like aware.
Yeah,
of what's going on. Yeah,
it's pretty fucking great. It's pretty fucking great. Really enjoying this rewatch, man.
Yeah,
really enjoying this rewatch. Next week, episode 3. She was killed by space junk. Following a late night visit from the senator who authored masked policing legislation in Oklahoma, FBI agent Lori Blake heads to Tulsa to take over the recent murder investigation. The Lord of the Manor receives a harshly worded letter and responds accordingly. There you go. And so
the Lord
of the Manor. And that is the next episode. So this is a really good choice to go back and rewatch this show.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a lot of fun, and it's one of those ones that we talked about this last week. This doesn't get talked about that much. It kind of just fell away a little bit, kind of, in its own weird way, which is weird.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back single-handedly across the Omniverse is bringing it back. All right, that's us. So if you guys are interested, if you're listening to this or watching this in the free version, come join us over at the Patreon, www.patreon.com/cinemasanga, SANGHA. There, at the $3 and above level, we just raised it. Oh. You'll get our other show, The Bad Batch. And then at the $5 and above level, I can't raise it yet. It won't let me. So get in now. You'll get The Bad Batch, which is a Star Wars show. And we'll also get Watchmen, which is a monthly superhero deep dive podcast. But we're going to be expanding that out to cover other stuff, including this month, my birthday month. I get to choose whatever movie I want for us to watch. So come join us over there. We got a great Discord. It's hopping, a lot of people. It's a good time, a lot of writing, a lot of stuff. Come hang out with us. Come be part of the community. Either way, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, please hit like and subscribe. You know all that shit that they tell you to do at the end of every single... smash that bell. Hit that like button.
I read about this. You're supposed to do it for long-form content. You should do it 5 minutes in. We didn't do it.
5 minutes in, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like right before you get to stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been doing the research, huh?
I read about it the other day. I mean, I don't know how true any of this stuff is. You know,
who knows?
This was like a guy in Reddit. It's like, this is what I did to get a 20,000 followers, but he doesn't link to his page or anything.
So you don't know they actually did. Yeah. Well, we'll see. So anyway, like and subscribe. Also, if you're listening to this on a podcast app, you're not listening through Patreon, please give us a rating or give us a review. Like, if only if it's a good one. If you don't like us,
5
please
stars.
Just keep it to yourself. But 5 stars or nothing, pretty much.
Or if it goes up to 10 stars, 10 stars. Like, don't give us 5 if 10 is the height. Like, that would suck.
Give us the highest rating possible. Yeah. And also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Why not? What the hell? What do you got to lose?
Cost you nothing.
Cost you nothing. Anyway, we'll see you guys again next week. Until then, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be well. And we will see you somewhere across the Omniverse. And